The Sigma male has become a popular term in recent years. While they're not always the easiest to read, they're definitely worth taking the time to understand. Sigma males are the type of guys who like to keep their cards close to their chest. They are often seen as aloof and unapproachable, but there is a reason for this. They simply don't feel the need to share everything about themselves with everyone they meet. They are often misunderstood because of this, but there are many things about them that remain a mystery even to those who know them best. While they may not be the most forthcoming, there are still some things that Sigma males would never tell you. 1. They really don't care about your birthday. Sigma males could care less about your birthday. It's just another day for them. They don't see the need to make a big fuss over it or make sure everyone knows when it is. It's not that they don't care about you. They just don't see the need to celebrate something that isn't all that important to them. Even if you are close to a Sigma, don't expect them to remember your birthday off the top of their head. If they did, it's probably because it popped up on their Facebook or some other platforms. Sigma men also don't see the need to make a big deal out of their own birthday. Of course, they'd probably do something a little different than on a typical day. But they don't need everyone to know about it or make a big deal. Gathering his closest friends at home or out for dinner is more than enough for him. 2. They're not interested in your drama. Unless you are part of their circle of friends, they don't care about your drama. It's just a waste of time and energy. They would much rather focus on things that are actually important or interesting to them. If you try to involve them in your drama, they will most likely tune you out or walk away. Sigma males don't like to get involved in other people's complaints. They would rather stay out of it and focus on their own life. This doesn't mean they're heartless. They just don't see the point in listening to someone who constantly complains. Sigma males are also not interested in gossip. If you try to start a conversation with them about someone else's business, they will quickly lose interest. They prefer to talk about ideas rather than people. This is one of the things that sets them apart from others. This is also one of the things that makes them great friends. They're not interested in hearing about your problems. They would rather help you solve them. 3. Once you're in, they'll back you up for life. Sigma males can take a long time to warm up to a new person. They often prioritize their work over their personal lives, giving them very little time to meet new friends. They have high standards, preferring to surround themselves with a few very interesting, intelligent people. If you have a Sigma in your life, it may have taken you months or years to get in with them. But once you are, they will be your loyal friend forever. You are very important to them. Bringing you into their inner circle means they think they can learn from you. It means you stood out from all the other people they met. This is a huge compliment. Sigma men don't forget the people who are important to them. They will always be there for you, no matter what. This is one of the most amazing things about them. 4. They hate crowded and noisy places. Sigma males are introverts at heart. They hate being in crowded places or noisy places where they can't really think or focus. They need a lot of time to themselves to process things and recharge their batteries. They would much rather be in a quiet place where they can relax and think without interruption. This is why they often prefer to work from home or in a quiet office. Sigma males also hate small talk. They find it pointless to talk about the weather or what you had for lunch. They would rather have a deep conversation about something that matters to them. If you touch him with a subject he is passionate about, you will quickly see the difference. They can talk for hours and hours about the things they love. It's like they finally found their voice. 5. They smile more with emojis than they do with their faces. Sigma males are not big on showing emotions. This is often mistaken for being rude or uninterested. In reality, they just don't see the need to put their emotions on display for everyone to see. They would much rather keep them to themselves or express them in other ways. It doesn't mean they're not enjoying themselves if they have a flat face. It's just how they are. They don't need to put on a fake smile for others to make them feel better. If they're having a good time, you'll know it by how they act, not by how they look. While you can't say that about an alpha male who always smiles and cracks jokes, a sigma male would rather stay quiet and let his actions speak for themselves. Sigma men smile more with emojis than they do with their faces. This is because they internalize their emotions and don't feel the need to share them with others. Even when they feel good, they may keep a poker face. 6. It doesn't make them feel good to be told they're smart. Because sigma males usually don't like compliments, telling them they're smart can actually make them feel uncomfortable. This is because they tend to be very humble and don't like to boast about their intelligence. They would much rather you ask them for help with something or tell them that you admire their work ethic. They already know they're smart. They've been told that all their lives. What they really value is what they do with it. This is because sigmas don't view intelligence as a static thing. They view intelligence as a constant process of learning and growing. Accomplishing things matters a lot to them. Achievements in any field are a measure of applied intelligence. This focus on tangible achievements is why sigma men react so weirdly to compliments. If they are already succeeding at their goals, they basically see praise as redundant because they're happy without it. While other people need compliments to feel good about themselves, sigma males don't really get anything out of it. So is there any kind of compliment that does make a sigma's day? Absolutely. Telling them that they're doing a great job or that you admire their work ethic is music to their ears. This is because it's a recognition of their efforts, not just their innate abilities. 7. They don't feel the need to belong to a group. They are often seen as loners because they don't feel the need to belong to a group. They're perfectly content doing their own thing and don't need the validation of others. This can be misunderstood as being antisocial, but it's really just a different way of socializing. Sigma males don't need to be surrounded by people all the time in order to feel fulfilled. In fact, they often prefer being alone or in small groups. They find it more relaxing and enjoyable than being in a large group of people. Of course, there are times when sigma males do need to be around others, but they usually don't seek it out. When they are around people, they tend to be more reserved and observant. 8. They force their enthusiasm to get along with you. There are times when sigma males have to put on a happy face and act like they're enjoying themselves, even if they're not. This usually happens when they are around people they must be polite to, like their best friend's mother, for example. They would rather not be there, but they know it's important to the other person, so they go along with it. Sigma males also do this in relationships. If they are dating someone really into going to clubs and parties, they will often go along with it even if it's not their thing. They know that it makes the other person happy, and that's what matters to them. However, there are times when sigma men just can't fake it. If they are really not enjoying themselves, they will usually just leave and go somewhere else. They would rather be alone than pretend to be something they're not. Because they're not naturally social creatures, sigmas often have to force themselves to be social in order to get along with other people. However, they usually only do this with people they care about. With everyone else, they would rather just stay away. 9. They are perfectly okay alone. Sigma males are perfectly comfortable being alone. In fact, they often prefer it. They don't need other people to validate or make them feel good about themselves. This is because they are very confident and self-sufficient. They know who they are, and they are happy with that. They also don't need other people to entertain them. They find being around other people to be draining, especially if they have to make small talk or be in a noisy place. This doesn't mean that sigma males are against relationships. They just don't need them to feel complete. When they do enter into a relationship, it's because they really care about the other person and want to be with them, not because they are lonely or need someone to take care of them. They also tend to be very independent. They like to do things their own way and on their own schedule. They don't like to be told what to do or when to do it. They would much rather figure things out for themselves. That's why many Sigma men are self-employed or have their own businesses. They like to be in control of their own destiny, whether it's in their work or personal life. 10. They're actually very emotional beings. Contrary to popular belief, Sigma males feel emotions just as deeply as anyone else. They just don't show it as often because they would rather keep their feelings to themselves. It's not because they're afraid of being emotional. They just don't see the point in broadcasting them to the world. Because they're able to reflect better internally, Sigma males are better at controlling their emotions and calming themselves down. Alpha males are much different because they often don't even think about how they feel. Instead, they tend to react to how they feel outwardly, allowing everyone else to see what's going on inside their head, even if they don't understand it themselves. This can often appear to others as a person being out of control of their emotions. Sigma males are also very private people. They don't like to share their thoughts or feelings with just anyone. They would rather only share them with people they trust and feel close to. This is because they know that not everyone will understand or appreciate their emotions. However, just because Sigmas don't show their emotions doesn't mean they don't feel them. In fact, they often feel things more deeply than other people. While they may not show it, they are actually very sensitive and compassionate people. 11. They like it when someone capable takes the lead. While Sigma males are born leaders, they actually prefer to let someone else take the lead. They don't mind being in charge, but they would rather have someone else do it if they can. While this may seem like a contradiction, it actually makes perfect sense. Typically, alpha males enjoy a role of leadership far more than Sigma males do. Where alphas like to be recognized for leading, Sigmas would rather slide under the radar and let someone else take the credit. Because of an alpha's extroverted nature, everyone knows they're the one in charge, and they're the person who leads the group. On the other hand, Sigma men go unnoticed even though their work is visible to all. And that's the way they like it. Sigma males are highly observant people who prefer to take a backseat role. It's not that they're lazy or don't want to be in charge. They just don't feel the need to take the lead all the time. In fact, they actually prefer it when someone else is in charge, so they can sit back and observe. They would rather let someone else take the lead so they can see how things play out. This way, they can ensure that things are going how they want them to before they step in and take control.